I'm live. Okay, I'm hot and I'm live. And this is Justin Pontarelli. And I just had a brain fart. Oh yeah. That's why I'm on. Okay. First of all, I gotta get past this little bit of traffic here. Come on, traffic, get on my way. So anyway, I'm still getting used to this new traffic where I am now. The traffic where I was before was like a piece of cake. The traffic here, it's not horrible, but you know, compared to some places I've been to just to visit where the traffic's like wall to wall or car to car or whatever you want to call it, bumper to bumper. The traffic here is actually pretty tame, but compared to where I was before, it's bad. It's busy. Anyway, so yeah. So the road I'm on now, I'm comparing it to the old road near my street. Because basically, this road is off of my main street, where the house is, just like before. You know, you have your street, and then the other street that your house is on, that your house is off of. But to be fair, where I am now is like a main road. What I'm comparing it to was not a main road. So anyway, okay, but really, why am I doing a video? Okay, so the point of this video is to tell you guys that there's going to be a little delay probably with the Pirates Life series, and probably a pause in general. Today, so far I'm feeling relatively good. I mean, I'm feeling energetic enough to be taking a hike or a walk. I'm on my way right now to our hiking grounds, you know? So that should be fun. However, just because I feel good now doesn't mean I might not feel like really badly in around half an hour or so. So here's how it works, guys, with my brain, with my epilepsy and stuff. I can wake up feeling relatively normal, you know, hungry, groggy, whatever, you know. I take care of those needs, stretch, have some water, have some food. I'll feel fine. But then sometimes after that, after so many hours, you know, regardless of what's going on with me, I can start to feel pretty bad again, okay? And then after that, I'll start to have my mainline symptoms, which would be the confusion and disorientation, which eventually balloons into extreme confusion and extreme disorientation if I don't take care of it, basically. And taking care of it typically means lots of water, lots of rest, and making sure I've had my medication. So this little walk will be the deciding factor. Is my brain working properly, or is my brain not working properly? So that's the whole idea, is to test out my brain, and we'll see how it goes. So far, so good. Everything seems okay. I know where I am, that's a good sign. You know? I know what I'm doing, that's a good sign. I have my train of thought, that's good. So we'll see. I'll be on it though, I suspect there might be a delay in the videos, just because I want to take a little break anyway. So we'll see. And that's primarily what I wanted to say to you guys on my hike. How you doing? Alright, you're cute. Alright. Our little dog there. Big dog. Big old golden retriever, I think, guys. Anyway, so with that being said, as I walk through the new neighborhood, and guys, let me tell you, compared to the old neighborhood, this place is relatively upscale, in my opinion. You know, I'm not in the, I'm not in the Beverly Hills, for example, obviously, clearly, but I'm still in New York, upstate. You know, what's good upstate? I don't know. Look around, I guess. Google it. I had to admit to myself that on one of my previous Interstellar Pilot videos, when I got that phone call from my pharmacist, and then she reads off my address to double check the information, I got a little nervous. I'm like, well, I don't want to have to redo the whole video, all the way to started, basically. Still a lot of effort, a lot of setup. So there I am on the phone. I'm like, well, this is bad. Something good came out of it, though. I finally had to learn how to at least start to learn, I should say, how to use the basic editing tools that YouTube gives you access to. I learned how to trim my video. That was pretty neat. Pretty neat. So maybe later I'll learn how to do more stuff. Anyway, we're coming up now to the cemetery. And I've given you guys the name of the cemetery before, and probably the name of the town. So I'm not too concerned, but I'm not going to give out my precise address yet, unless someone wants to send me something cool and interesting. And even then, it would probably be, through email. I'll shoot you my email, and then you shoot me the information, okay? Or I'll shoot you the address, I guess, is what it comes down to. But that's only if you guys are thinking, yeah, let's send them something nice, Then I'll be like, yeah, no problem, here's my address. Send it there. But in the meantime, I don't really want to do that, Not yet, Because I gotta admit, I used to watch Smosh. The two guys, the two comedians out of Hollywood or whatever, the two kids. I mean, they were really funny, They had their own thing going on. And then they would do episodes where they would open up their fan mail. And they would still be in character, trying to put on a show. Or maybe that's just them. Maybe that's just how they are normally. I don't know. Maybe they're normally like on just energetic guys. I don't know. So I would watch. So I liked them so much as a channel, and I liked the two of them together doing their thing. So I would sit there and watch them open their fan mail. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I got to admit, that's pretty cool. It's a little jelly. But at the same time, it's like, well, this is pretty fun to watch, So anyway. But yeah, so if circumstances dictate that someone wants to send me something cool, then obviously I'm gonna send you guys my email, and then have you guys get my information that way, but not through a random episode of A Pirate's Life, that's for sure. And not via a phone call from my pharmacist. Okay. So again, if you know what episode I'm talking about, got a phone call. It's from my pharmacist, and she decided to deliver my medication to my house, as opposed to simply having me go in, or having my mother go in, or whatever, to collect it for me. So anyway, here we are outside the cemetery. I haven't decided yet if this is just gonna be a quick video about me telling you guys to wait up for the next episode, or if it's about me taking a walk, just having a real chat with you guys this way. And at the same time, hinting that, yeah, you know what? Ask for my email. I'll send you my address and you guys can send me something cool to open up. You know? So I don't really know what this video is going to be about so far, or if it's just going to be what it is, you know? Just a natural, just my way of putting my thoughts out there in a natural, free-flowing fashion. Anyway, nice day out today in upstate New York. Decent breeze. Heat's decent, not too hot. I don't think I'm gonna melt. I'm all prepared for a nice hike. Got my hiking stick, bottle of water right there in my little sling. That used to be like an arm sling for when I had dislocated my arms. But right now it typically just serves as a water bottle sling for my water bottle. So I don't gotta carry it. Okay, so that's really convenient for me. I love it. That also allows me to carry some extra Kleenex and stuff, just in case my allergies perk up. I'm all wiped down with some stuff to keep off the bugs, some peppermint and some citronella oil. This place does have a problem with ticks though, so I'm hoping that the oils are gonna keep the ticks off. So far so good. I mean, I don't think I've been really seriously bit yet, you know? Although I'm not gonna lie, I have found them on my clothing before, and then I either managed to kill them, or if they do live, I don't think they've caused any damage yet, you know? At least I'm hoping they haven't caused damage. What I'm really interested to know is what the life cycle of one of these creatures are, you know, how long do they live, and stuff like, do they have to have blood to lay eggs, and do they need mates to lay eggs, or are they asexual breeders, you know? That'd be nice to know. Maybe alleviate some of my fear with information, right? That's what they say. Best way to fight fear is through education. Get a little educated, and how can you be afraid anymore when you've got proper information? Knowledge is power, right? But anyway, so far I'm okay. I feel like I'm, you know, relatively protected. You know, good, decent clothes on. Oh, guys, check this out. We are feeling patriotic to look at this, guys. Hold on. I like this. The entrance to the cemetery is decked out with some flags, our country's flags. I think it's rather classy. I really do. This is actually a very nice cemetery, very well maintained in terms of the grounds. They've got a little water flowing thing like right here. I'll just show you that real quick. Guys, check that out. See it right there? Basically the middle of the screen. I'll see if I can focus in on it with my finger. Right there. Ain't that neat? I'll just tilt the camera like this so you guys can watch my walk, as opposed to watching my stupid ugly face, right? I'll take off my my mask in a few minutes probably. You know what? Let me check the time on my recording. It's not even 15 minutes. You guys can put up with me for that long, right? About 15 more minutes maybe? Maybe 30, I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, guys, if I point towards the ground, it's because by nature I kind of walk lean forward so I can watch my watch where I'm stepping. I've got a habit of preferring to know where my feet are gonna land, and throughout my life that habit has helped me to avoid stepping in glass and stuff. So I don't really walk typically with my head up like really high, you know, with good posture. I kind of walk with a slight tilt forward. Not badly, but you know, a slight tilt. As you know what I'm missing, or what I'm probably gonna miss, where I used to live, we had a great fireworks display, probably no more than about 1.5 miles away from my house, which I could walk that, no problem. in about 25 minutes. At a relatively brisk pace though, but I could do it. And with how things are looking with COVID-19 and all the riots that have been going on in different places, most of which I'm hoping are done by now, because I don't watch the news a lot. So when my mom told me about Seattle, you know, I didn't know what it was about, and she's telling me that it's about these guys, the Antifa group. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I've read about them before, you know, but only in passing. Because as far as real terrorist groups are concerned, I guess Antifa is technically called, you know, considered a terrorist group. Not that the people are bad, but it's like the means that they use to achieve their goals are bad. I don't want this video to go that way, so anyway, my point is simply that I don't watch the news a lot. So when I heard about Seattle, I was kind of shocked. And I'm thinking, you know what this means for me? Chances are with COVID-19 and the riots and stuff, all the public fireworks displays that these towns put up around here are probably going to be canceled. And guys, I love the 4th of July. It's probably my favorite holiday outside of Christmas. Okay? It's the one time I get to be like, hey, you know what? I am proud to be an American. That's true. No, I don't believe that I live in the best country in the world. I know it's not. I guess the whole point of a lot of these protests is we can do better. And I agree, we can do better. We're supposed to be the country with the greatest GDP. And a country with the greatest GDP, gross domestic product, you know, probably the best budget in the world. We can do better. We can. Absolutely can. I'm thinking, you know, with that being understood, we should be able to do better. We should be able to. You know? I don't know if we need to be the world's police. It shouldn't be necessary. Although there are some countries, you know, that are trying to set up, you know, government similar to democracy. They need help doing it. You know? Countries were referenced on the news, on Fox, on a program that I watched off of YouTube, where they mentioned places in Africa that have basically no government going on, and these places are in basically, they're in chaos, basically, you know, and it's basically whoever has the biggest guns and army wins. You know, being an optimist, I'm trying to think, it's like, you know, who do I want to vote for? Guys, honestly, I don't really go for either Republican or Democrat. I've always voted as an independent ever since I could start voting. You know, I don't hate Trump. I think he's done a fine job, but I think we can find a better leader than Trump. You know, I'm not a fan of the Democrats. You know, I was certainly not voting for Hillary. You know, and I knew that my guy that I voted for is obviously not going to win, but I still believe you have to vote your conscience. You got to vote for the guy that you would think is going to do the best job for the country and is going to have the best in mind for the country. You know, who's not going to serve his own interests, but will serve the interests of the people. And right now, to be fair and honest, guys, I'm leaning libertarian this year. It used to be Constitution. So there's like the Constitution Party, the Libertarian Party. You guys probably know about the Green Party. There's actually lots of parties out there, lots of smaller ones out there that basically get no recognition. You know, on TV, what do you see? The little D in parentheses, right? The little R in parentheses, next to the names of these people that come on TV. And why is that? Because they're trying to push this, they want to politicize everything so that, well, I'm a Dem and I stand this way, or I'm a Republican, I stand this way. Guys, right now I think since both parties have not necessarily been doing the best work, I say, let's see what we could do with a much more libertarian standpoint, Not that, for example, that the libertarians want to do away with government. They just want to do away with the federal branch of government. More like united, states, but not states united under a federal government, but states united because I guess it just makes more sense that way, I guess. Because that's tradition. Because we should be able to get along as brothers and sisters. Like we used to say when we were kids during the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God. And that's what I've always believed, that we should be able to be united because we're brothers and sisters together. Even though we live in different states, we live in the same nation. But do we really need a federal government to tell us what to do and to keep us in line? And my thoughts are, I don't think so at this point. Okay? I'm going to take off my mask real quick. I'm starting to sweat. That's a lot better. Oops. I got my glasses. Hold on. They didn't fall or nothing, but they kind of get tweaky and they kind of fall. It's really annoying. All right. So let's try to hold my mask for a little while too while I set up shop. I'm going to redo my shoes. Yeah, I'm going to redo my shoes before I get into this path thing. So there's there's like a little ditch area there that probably still has water in it a little bit. Kind of like one of those artificial things that people make to help with drainage and stuff. So something similar, not to go on a tangent, but that's this whole thing basically, is me just going on tangents, just talking and walking. Yeah, that's what the video will be, talking and walking. I like that. So I remember hearing a story about where I used to live in Henrietta, where our mall is. I guess at the time the whole thing was a swamp until the developer who wanted to take over the land built things like this here all over the place, and all the water would start to collect then into these big artificial ponds, okay, like this one here, okay. And these things are excellent for drainage. So you can take this wet land and create out of it, some relatively decent dry land everywhere else that you need the dry land to be. So that's awesome. So anyway, guys, yeah, that's the gist of it. Is I'm probably going to be voting Libertarian this year, and I think our country can get along just fine as a nation, but without the need for a federal government, and instead of like a national army, maybe more like a militia. Each state could have like its own militia. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just bouncing ideas out of thin air here. I don't really know how to run a country, and even if I could try, I wouldn't be interested. I mean, it's a hard job. If you think about it, it's really a hard job. And I know it's not the president's job to run the nation. It's not. If we really think back to what we were taught in school, it's supposed to be the legislative branch, the House and the Congress, that are supposed to come up with laws, and try to get them passed and stuff. And it's really the president's job to say yes or no, not to say, let's do a law, let's make this law or that a law. The president can only really put pressure on, let me just flip this around again, can only really put pressure on people to get what he wants done, because I think nowadays people kind of look at him as like the main head honcho, right? Almost like a dictator almost. Except he's like a dictator that we voted for. Except I didn't vote for him. But I'm not going to be one of those guys that says he's not my president, because he is my president. Okay? As long as I'm part of these United States, then he's my president. Okay? So, and I'm totally okay with that. So I'm just checking my feet and my shoes, making sure they're pretty solid. Sometimes they get kind of like loose on the walk here. Okay, there we go. All right. So, all right. Got some ducks or something nearby making noise. That's awesome. Cool, good stuff. I'm already halfway into the wilderness. This is pretty much where the ticks start to be a nuisance. So yeah. So those are my goals for November. I'm going to try to find the right libertarian guy to vote for, and vote for libertarian for president. I mean, their goal is basically to march into office if they're elected and say, hey, we're done. Everyone's fired, including myself. So that's what they would do. March into office, sign a bill dissolving the federal government, and then everyone walks out, including the president. So whoever I vote for would fire himself basically immediately. I don't know if that's possible, of course. Probably not, but, you know, the Congress and House would probably laugh at him and say, no, we're not going to follow along with that because you don't got that power, you know. But it would really be up to the people if the majority votes for the libertarian. I think it'd be up to the people to say, well, the people voted this way. We've got to get together and march and say, hey, you guys are fired. That's it. That's what we voted for. We voted libertarian because that's the party. That's the idea. Get out of here. Okay? Let's let the states take over and govern themselves, but act still as a united nation. You know, states united together. Okay? For whatever reason, you know, we're still a nation. We still should be a nation. I guess that's all there is to it, in my opinion. But yeah, so. But yeah, I'm gonna miss the fireworks. Going back to my main point before, right? I'm gonna miss the fireworks. I would love sitting there watching, going like, yep, I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free. Not that other countries aren't, because there's many countries that have freedom, that have democratic forms of government. So that's not the point, right? Ever have it like when you make one shoe too tight and one shoe's too loose? I did it again. Now my one shoe's like too tight. This one's like super loose. It's horrible. Let's see, recording time's 30 minutes. We're doing great. So I'll probably step into the woods, walk to my one little favorite place to be, and then call it quits from there as far as you guys are concerned. So yeah, So, gotta keep it moving, right? Can't just stop talking. I guess it's a video. That's the whole point, right? Talk to the people. Because I hope you're enjoying the Interstellar Pilot series, the Pirate's Life, okay? I know we're really not doing lots of piratical stuff anymore. Now it's kind of like my version of El Gahat. You know? And guys, my character, you know, Don Carnage, is supposed to be based upon the show Tailspin. So guys, in case you didn't catch it before, there was a comment, someone had guessed it. I said, you know, comment down below if you can guess. Yes, it's based upon the old cartoon Tailspin, which I think was like a thing in the 1990s. Maybe earlier or mid, I can't remember. I loved the show. I loved watching Baloo fly his plane. Thinking to myself, that'd be pretty fun. Flying around like that. Get into all sorts of shenanigans. Maybe even dogfighting. Trying to run from the bad guys as I try to get my cargo safely to wherever. That never happened though. And now as it turns out, I hate flying. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I have a wife in the Philippines. And even though me and her are not on the best terms right now, we are trying to work things out because, of course, my morality and her religious beliefs do not permit us to break up. Okay? And although I don't belong to any particular group, you know, I believe that divorce is bad. And, you know, part of it too for me, guys, is this. It's real simple. When I was a kid, right, I loved video games. I don't care if it was Contra, The Legacy of the Wizard, Mega Man, for example. Mega Man's a great example, okay? So what happened in Mega Man is you get your guy through the stage, right? You get Mega Man through the stage. The stage is not too hard. Maybe you encounter some disappearing platforms that, you know, disappear, reappear. Those are annoying. You fall to some spikes. You die, you blow up, who cares? Guess what, you continue, right? No big deal, okay? Then suddenly, despite the fact that you got to the stage, now you get to the boss. And the boss is a whole different story. Totally different story. Suddenly the boss is like vaporizing you left and right, bouncing on your head, okay? Bouncing around the stage like a maniac, shooting his power at you, and I don't care whether he's like disabling gravity or whatever, or just, you know, going into a mode where you can't shoot him or whatever it is. I don't care, okay? I don't care. Those games could be hard, very hard, okay? And they would, like, you know, really make you mad, right? They make you mad. They made me mad. But I loved the game. I loved the challenge. So instead of quitting, I would keep playing those games until I was blue in the face, until finally, I would figure out what I'm doing wrong, what I can do to remedy the situation, and how I can win, because in the end, I love to win. Like, I absolutely love to win. For me, that was the whole point of the game. You play to win. You don't play just to get halfway through, only to get stopped by the boss. And for me, that's how it is with marriage. Okay? Not to say I'm like the boss or my wife's like the boss, but it's the situation. The situation is the boss. You know, the marital conflict is the boss, and that's what I'm trying to overcome, so that eventually I can get to the roll credit screen and go, yep, I'm a winner. I beat the game. We did this. We did this together. We're awesome. We're a team now. You know, A+. And that's the point I want to get to right there, guys. Let me flip the camera around again. Guys, look at this. Look at this pretty little scene right here. So I'm hoping the citronella oil and the peppermint work. Got around 34 minutes on this video. We're doing great. Let's check the power real quick. 84%, awesome. Good stuff. And no one's around here like ever. So despite the fact that this place is open for people to hike and walk, I'm like the only one right now who actually uses it, which is interesting, which is nice for me because I love this. Being introvert extreme. So we'll start the walk with something more familiar, which you guys have probably seen before if you watched my previous videos when I was hiking. But this section quickly goes to a little dirt bridge which I'm not going to cross it because that means I've gone too far anyway. Okay, but just to point out a simple fact that there's not a lot of it's mostly just, you know, groomed trails, okay? But I like to do off-trail hiking, which is kind of prohibited by this, by the whole thing. I mean, you're not supposed to be doing it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Don't tell no one. So if you look around, here's the 2 trees on either side of the trail, like 2 sentinels guarding this path. You can go back there, that's fine, but I don't want to. There's a ditch gorge type of thing here that connects to a river or a stream, whatever you want to call it, guys. And it surrounds this entire place back here. It's surrounded. So I'm going to be careful not to fall into this ditch, fall down a hill and land in the water below, and then ultimately have my bones broken and or my limbs dislocated. But that's part of the fun of walking and hiking, in my opinion, is to go and get lost and to have some more fun, have some off-trail fun. That's why I'm back here. To see if my brain's working, to test my brain, to get some more exercise because, I'm a little overweight anyways, so I want to get some exercise and test my brain and have some alone time. Which means, I'm going to end the video relatively soon, I guess. Probably within the next 10 to 15 minutes, I guess. Maybe sooner, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I got my hiking stick here. Water. And this time I remembered to bring a small pocket knife because sometimes there's bramble that might get in my way. And if I can cut away some of the bramble, I can create other paths. Okay, I can create other paths, at least smaller paths that go off the main paths and stuff that I can use. Because where I used to live, there was another hiking trail as well called the Lehigh Valley Trail. I would hike on that, but I would also enjoy going off trail to the side trails. But in order to do that, you really need to know where the trails are. And sometimes they can get overgrown with like growth. So yeah, you kind of have to deal with that. But there's not a lot of that here, so I'll have to try to make some. So I got a pocket knife with like a saw blade on it. I don't know what you really call it, but it's, you know, not like a real saw blade, but it's a blade for sawing, for cutting. Yeah, so I guess that's really it, I suppose. I don't know what else to talk about, really. But yeah, so I don't want to quit the marriage. I'm just a very extreme introvert. I guess that's part of the problem. And she's an extrovert. And I've got to go more out of my way to be okay with that fact and to learn to talk to her more, because I enjoy my alone time a lot. I only do these videos because, to be fair, I enjoy doing them. It's nice to be like, well, no, I'm not talking to myself. Now I'm talking to people that might be watching this video. But yeah, those have been some of my thoughts. Some of the more public ones that I wanted to share. Simply, I'm gonna miss the 4th of July unless someone puts on a show. I'll be rather upset about it. Okay, I'm really gonna be. I've got to re-register to vote because I moved. Then I've got to find out who to vote for, which means finding a decent candidate from the Libertarian Party who's going to be running for office. And I forgot, getting back to a point about running for office myself. I would never do it because those guys have a hard job. And I don't care if it's, you know, a legislator from Senate or House or the president, okay? Or even like a local governor or mayor or something. These guys are supposed to be representing us, not themselves. And human nature is such that we oftentimes tend to be self-centered and selfish. And I would be very tempted, you know, even myself, to try to line my own pockets, you know, to cave into interest groups. And given Trump's situation, having his own businesses, there probably is a slight conflict of interest there, okay? And that can't be any good either. But given the scenario, even my wife thinks that our president is trying to do his best. That he's doing his best for the country. And I think he probably is. I don't know what else I would do if I was him, you know? And then if you guys watched what was going on between the mayor of Seattle and Trump, you know, she's like, well, we're fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's just a protest. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, but they did kick your cops out, didn't they? Or did the cops just voluntarily leave and say, we'll leave, we'll go. I don't know. That's the problem. I didn't watch all this stuff. I didn't watch all of it, so I don't know. So I can't say. And I'm not going to make this into a thing like before. So I'm going to stop myself right now. I guess I just wish everyone is safe. And that includes the protesters, the cops, the civilians, even our president, and even the mayor of Seattle. I hope everyone involved is safe. Okay? That's all for now. So it's a hard job. But at this point, I don't think we need the federal government to tell us what to do. We just don't need that anymore. If the mayor of Seattle can say, no, we don't need help from the government, and the president wants to push it, then we're going back to the issue of states' rights versus the federal government's jurisdiction. Where does the federal government's jurisdiction end, and where does the state, you know, be able to make up its, you know, get to make its own rules up? That's part of the problem, right? So, where do we go with that? I don't know. I really don't know. But guys, personally, I never thought I would live to see days like this when things are in such chaos, at least relatively speaking, right? It's like it's not like we live in, say, I don't know, Africa, right? Where there are warlords and stuff going on like all the time. But in the US, I never thought I would see it. Never thought I would see it. This is new for me. This is really new for me. And strange and kind of scary. But thankfully I live in upstate New York. Everything is relatively peaceful here. Okay? And I'm thankful for that. Okay? And that's all for now, I guess. Guys, I guess I'll go up this hill, this little deer trail. I think it's a deer trail. Looks like a deer trail. Or maybe a water trail where water kind of, you know, drips off the top and goes down to the bottom, you know. Got my hiking stick. We're leaning forward, so if you see the ground, that's why. We're going up. See how it's at an angle here? See that angle? Yeah, we're going up a hill. In case you guys couldn't tell, right? Almost at the top. Okay. Can't breathe that until we're somewhere nice and safe. I want to get past this group of trees here. Okay. And it's even gotten more bushy since before. I smell like a weird cucumber up here. It's like a weird cucumber pickle smell. Weird, huh? Okay. So guys, with that in mind, yeah, again, thank you for watching. So far, so good. My brain's still working. I'm happy about that. I'm gonna drink and stuff after this, so you guys won't see that, but I'll be drinking and resting for a while up here. Then I'll go back on my walk. But I wanted to share part of my thoughts with you guys. share part of this walk with you guys. I hope you enjoyed getting to listen to me, getting to watch the nature around me. I think it's nice. For me, this is a way to clear my head, to try to make sense of my world around me, and the things that I'm hearing about and stuff on the news, for example. Scary stuff. I must admit, I'd be scared if it was me. If I was in Seattle, I'd be a little scared and nervous and stuff. Okay. I don't think it should have. I don't think it should have. I don't think it should have come down to the police being kicked out of their precinct. But certainly, maybe I think the protesters probably have a good point to make. Anyway, is that the way to make the point, though? I don't know. I don't know. I just hope no one else. I just hope no one gets hurt. And they don't need to be going around burning down Wendy's either. Have you guys seen that video yet? Go online. Check it out. Some group somewhere burnt down a Wendy's. There's a comment made along the lines of, well, it's just a Wendy's. You can't get the person back, but the Wendy's can be rebuilt. Yeah, but how does it help you guys gain support for your goals and your... I don't think it does. No, do you know what it is? It's a way for people to vent their anger. But I don't know. Blowing up on someone's not the way to fix a problem. If I have a problem with my brother or my sister or my mother, and I go at them and start yelling at them, it's not going to fix anything. If I go into the house and just, wave my stick around and break plates and cups and stuff and punch holes in the wall, will it fix the problem? No. No, it won't. I'm not going to gain support that way for anything. My opinion. That's all. So guys, as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the wilderness and me being a chatterbox. Please, as always, guys, if you didn't like the video, if you hated the video, leave a dislike down below, because that way I'll know to stop doing stuff like this. If you liked it, leave a like and I'll do more. Better yet, please leave any questions, comments, and/or constructive criticism down below in the comments. That helps me even more so. Okay, because then I know how to improve and what to do next time. And with that being said, guys, Virus 2020, wash your hands and be safe. But seriously, guys, have fun, relax. It's not the end of the world. We're all still here, right? I hope. Until next time, guys, peace.